Here we are, the housing conversation. This is local markets, real lives, and better decisions, likely. That's Jake Johnson, realtor. This is Brian Smyth, your mortgage guy. What's happening, Jake? What's going on? What are you seeing?
Oh man. Well, I will say that summer is coming to an end, which sucks, right? Like I hate this. August is weird because I love August in a lot of ways because you have the best temperature usually and like you have great end of summer memories and all that stuff. But man, this summer went way too fast. And
Yeah.
so that's a big part of it. I think the biggest thing is that there's a huge, and I've been saying this for a month, I feel like, but a huge opportunity for people who know what they want to get it. And regardless of the price point, regardless of location, if you know what you want and you've had those thoughts, right? Like whenever I talk to a first time home buyer or any buyer, I say, if money, what are the things you want in your home, in your dream home? And when we focus from that perspective, then when the perfect opportunity comes up, it doesn't feel rushed. It checks your boxes and you're ready to go ahead and buy it. So there is more and more of that out there right now than I think I've seen in a long time, which is awesome. So
Very good.
um, I may be optimistic, but it's what I see every day. So it's what I know.
Kind of echoing that. I don't, people are like, is it busy? Is it slow? What's happening? I'm like, it matters what city you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then I think I don't think we're short buyers. Yeah, I mean,
Nope.
I don't feel like there's
Nope.
a shortage of people looking to buy a house. I don't think that generalized inventory is as low as we were dealing with. We've talked about before on this podcast, where you go, there's just no inventory to buy. I think there
Mhm.
is. I think
Yep.
the gap is kind of my look at it, maybe 350,000 dollars and down. You
Hmm.
start
Yeah.
like it starts really limiting itself and people get panic buying. Um,
Mhm.
I was talking to a guy the other day who said the house in my neighborhood was listed at 375. It sat for 3 weeks. They
Mhm.
dropped the price to 350 and it sold in 4 hours.
Yep.
Like I think
Yep.
that's kind of the threshold. And what's funny is that since then I've been reading data that says as much. It's 350 and down. So you get that first time home buyer, you got to be really well pre-approved. You got to be qualified. You got to be ready to make a
Yep.
decision, right? So you're out there shopping and people go, well, maybe, and then it's gone.
Hmm.
You're in a secondary position.
Hmm.
Um, but I think that's kind of the spot, right? I mean, if you want to sell your house, sell it for 325.
Yep. Yep. It's true. Well, and it's a different mindset, right? Like I always tell people we should price the house at the number. So if we on a list price offer, you'd be happy and it works for
Mhm.
your budget. And if that's not true, then we can't price it there because that should be the goal. If someone loves your house and they give you a list price offer and it closes in 15 to 20 days, wouldn't you be happy? Yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
Let's do that. If you're not happy, don't price it there. Don't price it hoping it will go up by 25 grand. It might happen, but don't expect it. So don't go into it from that mindset. Like, let's be clear from the
Right.
beginning, because then you're going to be insulted and feel bad. And the buyer's going to be like, look, this is what you listed it at. I gave you exactly what you wanted. Why would you be mad at me? It's not their fault, but like, yeah, it's a game, right? We're playing a mental
Mhm.
game, and that's okay. Like on all sides, for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts. It always is. It doesn't matter the transaction. It's a lot of people involved, a lot of decisions involved, a lot of
Mhm.
opinions involved, a lot of numbers involved.
Yeah.
You know, get through it, I think. I don't
Mhm.
know. I know that you've been working really hard. We talk outside of the podcast sometimes.
Yeah, we do. A
We know each other outside of the screen.
little bit. Yep.
Um, the what you've been out and about, you've been doing. What's the weirdest thing that happened last week?
Let's see. I had what was last week? Oh, I showed a house, two houses that were unique, old, good price points, right? One that had active knob and tube wiring in it,
Mhm.
um, which is not fun and scary and like not gonna work. Cool house, right? Great old house,
Mhm.
but that boat doesn't float or go anywhere except to get replaced. So that was scary. And then I showed another one that actually had a lot of funkiness to it, kind of cosmetic stuff, no big deal. But it didn't have a working heat source. They had heated the house with fireplaces on the
Oh,
first and second floor. It had like radiant heat in there, but they were like, it hasn't worked in 10 years. We don't use it. And I'm like,
was
okay.
Was this primary residence?
Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool.
They've been
Um,
living in Wisconsin with
yeah.
fireplace heat,
Hmm. Yep.
two fireplaces up and down.
Hmm.
So like in January, this is the 7 square feet of floor we spend our time in. Like
Yes. I was like, okay.
it's a
Yeah.
real cold one. Open the oven and turn it
Uh-huh.
on.
It was weird. Yeah. But it was actually, and it's actually the weird part was it's a really cool property.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of cosmetic work and some structural work, but like I was like, it's really cool. So it was on over an acre, like big house on the
Mhm.
river, like it was neat. And I know the person who got it under contract and they're going to turn it into an Airbnb. And I'm really intrigued to watch the transformation because you
Cool.
can see it. It's going to be an investment, but in the long run, I think it'll be really cool. So sometimes I look at properties and think, okay, this isn't right for my buyer, and it's probably not a fix and flip. But if someone wanted to renovate it and really put some love into it, the house has the good bones that people are looking for. And if you're going to live there, the money makes sense. If you were going to, investors are always looking at dollars and cents. Does it make sense? And in 6 months, am I going to make the money back? And I'm always like, maybe. I don't know.
Mhm.
Like, but it was really interesting to see those houses and be like, yep, well, they got to sell too, and people want to buy them. So you'll see. Um, yeah, I had another buyer who was surprised that we had so much opportunity. She was like, I don't
Mhm.
know, maybe it'll be there. And I was like, we're going to find it for you. And so she had two competing options and got the one that she really wanted, which was really cool. So, yeah, I mean, to your point, if you know what you want, it's there for you. The lack of inventory argument, sure, there may not be as much as you want, but there are options. It might be
Definitely
two
are.
instead of 10, but it is two. They do exist.
And the conversation about stuff like, well, I'm not moving because my rate is perfect is starting
Mm-hmm.
to really slow down. That used to
Yeah.
be everyone's statement. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Reality's here. People need to
Yeah.
move, want to move, have to move to this for that. And it just is, it's time, and time has passed and we're kind of really settling back in there.
Yeah.
And here we go. We'll see what happens in the rest of the year here, and that's a coin flip at the moment. But the
No
but
kidding.
rates are kind of been sitting at the same spot for a long time now, so
Yeah.
making sense to find the right spot, not the wait and see game. I have a warning. Here's one. Um, Not a new American funding thing, but a file in our region at the title company,
Mm-hmm.
wire fraud.
Oh, yeah.
So
Always fun.
real thing, big problem. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the file closed, but they had to come up with and shift some stuff around. It was middle five figures wire that was spoofed. So basically what happened, you gotta everybody, you gotta call the title company and confirm when you're doing the wire. You gotta do all the parts. You don't do all the
Mm-hmm.
parts, you leave yourself open to disaster.
Yep.
Someone spoofed title company. Title company, they used the real name of the closer. Uh, yeah, Gmail address. Turned out to be, it was like email went out, said, "Hey, buyer, I see that you're clear to close. Congratulations." And the buyer wrote back, "Thanks so much. We're looking forward to getting this thing done. Please send me
Mm-hmm.
the wire instructions when you're able." And they replied back, "Sure thing. Here they are." And they wired the money. And all of that looks like what it was supposed to look like. It sounds
Yeah.
a lot like what you would expect to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to check this stuff. And it's hard. I say this into the
Yep.
world because, I don't know how much of this you're required to do, but we get training all the time. It's like hover over the link and see if it looks like the link you're supposed to be going to.
Yep.
Don't reply back with X, Y, and Z. Hey, be aware, like
Mm-hmm.
phishing emails and all this stuff.
Yeah.
In this industry, it's a serious thing, and you got to
It
watch out. I
is.
know because
Oh,
you
yeah.
have some loose connection to title. Very
Yeah.
close.
My wife works
Very,
in title
yeah,
insurance. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
right, right,
Wire
right.
fraud. It's
Super,
great.
super close title
Yep.
people. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not cool, and
Nope.
that went. I believe that went to the FBI. So
Probably. Yep.
that is a rough afternoon. All
Mhm.
of that seems to be working out and being okay, but that's
That's
not
good.
always the case. So
Mm-mm.
beware, pay
Mhm.
attention to what you're doing. So that's I guess that would be my red flag of the week, my cautionary tale. Don't
Yeah.
don't just
Yeah.
send your money to places without knowing where that place is and confirming it's the right place.
Yeah.
And
That's very, very true.
there's no such
Mhm.
thing as too cautious because
No, not at all.
there's no one. If you're like, oh, I don't want to bother anyone, not a bother. That's our
Nope.
job. Want to make sure it works right.
Yes,
What a
absolutely.
nightmare that can become. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Um, so yeah, that's that.
Cool. I got a tip.
Yeah.
If you so whenever you probably your parents likely had a binder or something with all their warranties and like all this stuff and the age, you probably made fun of them. I did. And like my wife saves all the envelopes and stuff, like the instruction manuals for everything we buy. She saves it all in a file because I'm not that guy, but she is. And I always make fun of it. It is the best idea. Like save your warranties, write it down when you bought it. Like you don't have to have like a massive spreadsheet, but like if you know when you bought it and approximately the year and maybe the age of it, that's great. But just knowing the year things were purchased is super helpful and installed. And if you know who did it, that's awesome too. It makes the home buying and selling process easier. Tip: if you're selling your house and you don't want to deal with inspection challenges, give them a document that shows you the age of everything, when it was last serviced,
Mhm.
and who that service provider was. That's going to make the seller or the buyer feel way better about waiving inspection if that's a contingency that you want to get rid of, but also just going to make them feel better about buying the house. So if you know your furnace is from 2012 or 2000, let's say it's 26 years old, but you have it serviced every year and you have a service record, buyers can be like, cool. I know it's been taken care of. Could it die soon? Sure, but it's working really well. It gets serviced every year,
Mhm.
gets taken care of. Those little things do help. I always love it when I'm looking at a house and like they're like, "Oh, we left the whole binder of warranties on the table for you." I'm like, "Thank you. That's awesome."
You know what?
It's a big thing.
I've heard people do, which is interesting. It's kind of this. It's not a binder because I'm also like nerd alert, but 123 Main Street at gmail.com. Put the
Yeah,
address, make an email, and you go, oh, I have this invoice. Take a picture of the invoice and email it to that address.
that's genius.
Forward all the emails to the address.
Mm-hmm.
All the invoices are coming to your emails, just forward them onto that. Then you
Yeah.
know what's interesting? Hey, buyer of my house, I'm gonna give you a binder, but this is the email and password
Oh
to
yeah.
you can have it because I don't
That's
want
really
it
smart.
anymore. Here you go.
Right.
Right? And then
Oh,
it's
that's
all the
great.
stuff that happened, all the
Yeah.
maintenance, all the upkeep, all the,
Yep.
hey, who's the guy who you had doing the lawn? Oh, it's in the email, right? Like, and then you search the Gmail and you're like, lawn care or furnace, and it should just go click and bring up all of the
Yep.
items related to that search query.
Yeah.
So there you go. And then God help you if you attach AI to that thing. But
Mm-hmm.
that would probably be like, hey, I noticed in your email that you need
Yep.
a furnace tune up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but at least you've got it somewhere. And
It's
again, it
somewhere.
sounds weird, and it's not that the buyer doesn't trust you, seller, or has a question. They just want to know and feel good about it. Like everyone, I've seen more and more this year where buyers understand there's going to be stuff, and they understand that everything is not perfect in your house. They
Mhm.
just want to go in with their eyes as wide open as possible. And sometimes that means, hey, how old is the house? Cool. How old are these five, seven things? And hey, can we have an inspection? And we just want to know about the age of the roof or the age of your water heater or furnace or AC, whatever. Those are tangible things that, we forget how old they are when you're living there. Like your roof doesn't leak, cool, it's 40 years old. But, if you're not going on your roof and it's not leaking and it looks great, then cool, it's great. But if it's 40 years old, it's 40 years old. So you
It's
should know
coming.
that. Yeah, exactly.
This is happening. Yeah.
100%.
That's
Yep.
yeah, I think that's a good tip. Have the
Yeah.
information, but
Yep.
and their apps and stuff too, but
Right.
having it somewhere is important. Confession, dad joke confession.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Jake, I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey,
All right.
but then I turned myself around.
That's outstanding.
Well, what it is, it's that's what it's all about.
Great. That's great. Oh,
Terrible.
that's awesome.
It's terrible. I
No,
started
it's great. I'm using that. I'm going to tell my son, and he's going to be like, Dad. I'm like, I know.
no, no. Yeah, it's good.
And then he's going to
Uh,
laugh at it because it's great.
it's
Yeah.
a good one.
Or he'll be
And
like, what's the hokey pokey? And I'm like, oh, God, never mind.
shoot, oh, I failed. Ah,
Hmm.
double burn.
Yep. Very true.
Yes.
Yes.
So there you go. There it's I'm all set. That's what I got. So anything else? I don't know. It's busy out there. Watching the Fed. Stuff is changing. We're
Mhm.
watching oil prices. That's frustrating. Up and down.
Everything is linked.
Everything is tied together and things are up and down and it's not making huge swings. In fact, I was reading, this here's a parting mortgage knowledge. There is a serious possibility that if done for the right reasons, the Fed rate could go up and mortgage rates could actually read that and go down, depending on
Same.
what they say after the decision. So, like I say it all the time, they're
Hmm.
not linked together. They are
Yeah.
impacted by each other. And in the right scenario, which we're coming into a possibility, this isn't a guarantee, of course. I'm not
Hmm.
reading the numbers even as we speak, but some of the stuff, if it comes in and rate for Fed rate goes up, mortgage rates could read that as good news and the right decisions
Hmm.
and the right people making the right decisions and feel comfortable and drop rates down a little bit. I do not think they're going to go through the floor. I don't, I long for days with a leading five. Don't think it's happening
Yes.
this year, but there it's interesting, so don't overread into things. All the talking heads out there are saying all of the right things to mess with people. It's a news cycle. The world is moving forward. So we'll see. That is my parting information for the week is nobody knows. It's not intuitive all the time, and find a trusted partner and a good team of people to work with you on
Yep.
real estate.
We're here for you. We're going to help you. That's the goal. We're
True,
here to help.
true, true, true. Awesome.
Hmm.
All right. Well, and on that note, I will say it. Quick trip sign off. Not a sponsor. See you next time.
See ya.